My perfect fried egg. My idea of the perfect fried egg is one that is okay. So, not that, I already broke the yolk there, but my idea of a perfect egg is one that has a runny yolk and is well cooked around the outside. So let's try that again. Never mind the shell that I broke over there. My idea is to get a well cooked egg white with an egg yolk so runny that you can smear over toasts, muffins, and it looks like it won't be this run either because I'm burning the egg. Yes, indeed. There it is. Looks like my heat was too high and I burnt this egg. Ideally, I should have some way of monitoring the temperature of this egg as it's cooking, and I could do that maybe with a thermometer. Okay, this meat thermometer will definitely break the yolk, and that's not gonna cut it either. Hello. If you're new here, this is Cook Code Sleep. On this channel, I explore different robotics tools and softwares that help me be the best home cook that I can be. On today's episode, eggs are served. To help me cook the eggs to the perfect temperature, I'm going to mount a thermal camera right above my stove. This will allow me to measure the temperature of the egg whites as well as the egg yolk as it cooks. The thermal camera measures IR radiation coming off of a surface, from which it works out the temperature of the things that it's pointed at. It's very similar to the technology that's used in night vision. And after some professional mounting, unprofessional, I've got my IR sensor connected and it is live with some data. Oh, so there I can see. You can kind of see the temperature of, wait, let's get rid of the hot gun. Right, so you can see the temperature of my body is hotter than the surface. So now let's get cooking. This is one of the coolest things that I've seen. In the induction ring starting up in IR space, and we just see this annular heat ring start up in the pan. And even as we pour the oil over it, you see that the oil starts out initially cooler than the pan, as it picks up temperature, it gradually merges with the temperature of the pan around it. It's quite cool. I mean, I missed the eclipse this year, but this kind of looks like an eclipse. Okay, no, that's very unrelated. Anyway, we're on about the eggs, right? So once the heat temperature picks up, we're gonna drop in the egg. I'm a little nervous at this point because I screwed up a couple of times now. And I learned my lesson. Drop it low. Right, there we go. Okay, no breakages this time. And this time around, we're also monitoring the temperature of the pan as well as the egg as it cooks. See, at first, you can't really tell the difference between the yolk and the white that's around it because it all looks the same in the temperature space. But eventually, as it cooks, because of the difference in the materials between the yolk and the egg white, yeah, you can actually tell there's a circle of cooler egg in the middle of this whole splatter that I've got of a frying egg. Now, the FDA says an egg should be cooked for at least 15 seconds at 145 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 65 degrees Celsius, just to be food safe. Because this cooking is taking so long, I decided to try to cover it up with some kind of bowl so I can use some of the steaming effect to cook up the top of the egg. But that would defeat the purpose because then I wouldn't be able to measure the temperature using the IR sensor that I've mounted on top. So that's a no-no. I have to say, this approach is a failure because by the time the yolk cooked, the remainder of the white was pretty much rubber, and the bottom of the yolk is a bit overcooked, whereas the top is still very runny. So, not the ideal egg like I hoped for, but I learned a few things from this. One, I'll need a different way to simultaneously heat up the egg and measure the temperature using the thermal camera, and two, my pan heating up in induction looks like an eclipse in the thermal camera. So, as I drench my egg in sriracha sauce and enjoy this treat, I'm going to be thinking about ways I can improve my next egg. And if you're interested in seeing how that goes, please feel free to subscribe and stay in touch on the latest here at Cook Code Sleep. Thanks for watching.